Bonjour tout le monde. Hi everyone. It's me, Ali, your fancy friend in Montreal. And today we're talking all about the best neutral, warm leading eyeshadows for the fall, pre-fall season. Whenever we talk about neutral eyeshadows here on my channel, it always goes so well, which makes sense because neutral eyeshadow is so easy to use. It's so user-friendly. It always looks so elegant and effortless. And I thought because we're sort of slipping into fall, this would be the best time to talk about some slightly warmer, more copper, more gold hues that I think look really nice. But before we go any further, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. The first one here is a liquid eyeshadow and it's a single. It's from Violette FR. And what I love about these liquid eyeshadows from her is that they're eyeshadow or eyeliner depending on how you use it. So this is the wand here. Beautiful. So you could just go ahead and do an application, or you could do a little winged liner, which I really like. And this shade here is called Marron Glacé, which is like a glazed chestnut. And this is the color. It is so beautiful, so rich, and I just think it's a beautiful, warm eyeshadow. And I think for some people, they may be surprised because I am always railing against warm red eyeshadows. That is my hill. However, this is a beautiful brown, warm, it's rich, it has lots of depth, it has sparkle, but it's not glittery. It's just more of a beautiful, luminous shadow. And because it is a single, it's one and done. You don't have to complicate your life. You could just apply this and blend this out, throw on some mascara, and you're out the door. You can see how rich it is. It's very pretty. And when I wear these liquid shadows from the brand, it's 50-50. Sometimes I wear it as eyeshadow and sometimes I just wear it as eyeliner because they're just very simple. The next one here is also a single. This one is from Sisley, and this is the shade number 14, Sparkling Topaz. When I think of neutrals, I think simplicity, so therefore singles in this category make sense as well. This is similar to the first one, but a little bit different. You can see it's much lighter. It has that beautiful luminous finish, so it's going to give you, I don't want to say sparkle. It has Sparkling Topaz in the name, but it's more of like a lightness, an effervescence that's going to just bring lightness to the lid. And these are very different. You could blend these out to make them a bit more sheer and more light. I would say it really just depends on what you're looking for. I think the first one might give you more of a richer, more copper tone. I love both. They're both very lovely. And both of them have that luminosity without going into like a chunky glitter, which is, I mean, who wants that? I mean, maybe for a festival, but maybe not so much for every day. Okay, next up is from Guerlain, and this is the palette 258 Wild Nudes. I do have to give a little bit of a caveat for this one here because this one here is all matte, and the formula for the Guerlain eyeshadows I find is a little bit drier. This one here in particular is a little bit drier than some other formulas, so you should be mindful of that. But if you want just a simple quad that's all matte, very simple, this would be the one for you. This is Wild Nudes here. So it does have this random, mysterious, slightly pink shade here. I suppose there is this one color here that is a little bit more satiny. Again, it does not have any glitter, but I guess it's not a pure matte palette, but you can see that the satin here is quite soft, so it'll be much more subtle than the first two here. This also could be good to mix into your regular collection. Other eyeshadows that are more shimmery, more glittery, I actually did go into this one here. I'm going to reveal what I'm wearing on my eyes at the end of the video, but the palette that I used did not have a matte, so I actually dug into this one here just to add matte, just to give like a neutral base and then go into the more shimmer colors. So it's something that can be mixed in with other items. If you like a palette, might I recommend a quint. There is one here from Dior. This is the 5 Couleurs Couture, the 5 shadow palettes. This is 559 Poncho. I find this one here is very underrated. Listen, this brand has a lot of great quints. a lot of great neutrals. Soft cashmere comes to mind. It's great, but poncho, it is the neutral warm leaning. I'm going to give you some swatches here in a moment just to show you, but I just find that when you look at this palette, you're like, okay, yeah, that's it. Just let me swatch. Like any good neutral leaning palette, this looks very basic when swatched, but it's so beautiful on the eyes. This one here, it does look neutral, but it's more of the topper shades here. You can sort of see them in the light. They have this slightly peachy warm gold reflection, and all 5 of these colors blend so well together. And what I like about these quints is that you get your mattes, you get your satin, you get a bit of everything, so you don't need to outsource and get one thing over here and one thing over there to create a whole look. You have the complete look here if you want. And I just think poncho is one that's often overlooked, and I overlook it myself quite frequently. Now, last but not least, the palette that I'm wearing today, this beautiful, warm, bronzy gold palette. What is it that I'm wearing on my eyes? Is it brand new? Is it hot off the press? No, it isn't. This is from Chanel. It's one of the Tweed palettes. Remember a couple fall ago, we all lost our minds over the Tweed eyeshadow series, and we went crazy over them, and then we kind of forgot about them. What about the #1 Chanel Tweed Cuivré, like a copper tweed palette? This is what it looks like a few years later. I use it more in the fall because that's when I think of it. This is the palette down here. So you definitely have that warmer, more coppery touch to it. You could just go into this one here, but I like to mix in the gold and the copper and just create a beautiful, warm fall eyeshadow look. You know, these palettes came out and they were online and people were talking about them for months leading up to it. And I think it's just such a shame for those of us who still have it to just skip by it and just go ahead to whatever is popular now. Listen, I get wanting to buy new things. I do it too. But since, you know, it's fall season, I thought it could be nice to just be like, wait, let's just take a step back and examine the fact that this is a beautiful, warm, fall-inspired look with a palette that I own and that many of you at home own already. To create this look here, I dug into this deep color and I dug it in the corner, and then I layered this one and this one here. I skipped the topper shade. Topper shades, it depends. I think if you wet them with some setting spray, you can get a nice payoff, but oftentimes you don't get enough color payoff. But yeah, I was like, wait, it's fall, let's talk about fall colors. But let's talk about this one because I know so many of you watching own this and like maybe you need a little refresher to remember to use this. Please let me know down in the comments if you would like to see me use this palette again, maybe mix it and match it with some newer items that have come out and just give you some inspiration. Now, if you are not subscribed to my channel, you're definitely missing out. I like to mix new and old luxury beauty releases. I'm not going to give you that pressure to buy new. I'm going to mix new and old, so you'll get some inspiration on how to use what you have at home and maybe with a different point of view, a different twist. So make sure you're subscribed. And before we leave, I thought I should let you know that we have been cat sitting. So we are cat sitters in our friend group, apparently. We are the new resident cat sitters. Typically, we cat sit a cat named Gucci. She was with us a few weeks ago for a couple of weeks, but she went back home to her family. And currently we have a cat named Luna. And Luna has a perfect black heart like shape on her nose, and it's so adorable. Both cats are extremely different. Luna is very fluffy and soft. Her hair is longer, which also means that my office chair gets covered in hair because she's black and white. I don't know what it is about these cats, but they love my office chair. And so this morning when I came in, I had to use like, you know, the lint rollers, the sticky paper one. I had to use like 7 sheets to get the hair off because she just loves my chair. Very adorable, very cute. She also loves to wake us up in the morning. She likes to run like up where, you know, where the pillows are. She likes to run above, like over here, then go over to my husband and back again. just her morning routine, morning ritual. You know, we all have our morning routines. That is Luna's morning routine. So anyway, I thought I would share that with you and give you some Luna up. I mean, who doesn't love a cat photo? I love cat photos. I love cats. I love dogs too, but I'm like, when someone's like, can I show you pictures of my cat? I'm like, of course. So that's why I'm showing you pictures of Luna. But anyway, I think that's all I have for you guys for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Bye.